Jimmy Carter, the 39th U.S. president, who served one term and went on to become a globe-trotting elder statesman and humanitarian icon, has died. He was 100.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. You were our most Scarlett Johansson-looking president.
This is my favorite Jimmy Carter pick.
Jimmy Carter held on long enough to cast his vote for Kamala Harris but didn't want to stick around for Trump's administration.
Jimmy Carter was the one ex-president in the modern era to openly admit and lament the truth about what America has become in the post-Citizens United era. The National Press Corps probably won't mention this, but it was really something. He was a real one. R.I.P. Shows how the vaccines always kill you in the end. Jimmy Carter got the diphtheria vaccine in 1934, and died just 90 years later. Jimmy Carter now eligible for congressional leadership position. R.I.P. Jimmy Carter, an exceptionally courageous post-president who dared to speak this basic truth, well before the Gaza genocide commenced.
The persecution of the Palestinians now under the occupying territories under the occupation forces is one of the worst examples of human rights deprivation that I know. What is being done to the Palestinians now is horrendous in their own territory by the occupying powers, which is Israel. They've taken away all the basic human rights of the Palestinians, as was done in South Africa against the black. And the people in this country, in America, never know about this. They never discuss this. There's no debate about it. There's no criticism of Israel in this country. The basic cause of the conflict is a sustained occupation of other people's land by the Israelis. And this is a direct violation of United Nations resolutions.
Jimmy Carter, also evil. Like all U.S. presidents, he's just the only one with enough sense to realize every second of his life after presidency needed to be dedicated to making up for that fact. Jimmy Carter was alive for the rise and fall of Nazi Germany, the moon landing, Y2K, and the creation of the Talk to a podcast.
R.I.P. Jimmy Carter. He was the only ex-president from my lifetime who seemed to show any remorse for the crimes he'd committed in office.
Jimmy Carter's grandson told me he'd urged Jimmy to watch The Simpsons for its smart political satire. In the first episode Jimmy saw, we called him history's greatest monster.
Breaking. The Rizzler says Jimmy Carter had it coming following his disgraceful use of the Taft-Hartley Act against United Mine Workers in the 1977-78 national coal strike.
Before a riot could break out, Jimmy Carter came to the rescue with his comedy breakdancing.
Before a riot could break out, Jimmy Carter came to the rescue with his comedy breakdancing.
Got a brother named Billy, and my teeth look silly. Break it down now.
I will say this, as sad as it is, at least Jimmy Carter passed away with enough time for him to be awarded a proper presidential funeral. I shudder to think of the unnecessary drama Trump would have caused like he did when John McCain died.
Jimmy Carter isn't skipping Donald Trump's inauguration. He's dead. You disrespectful little basement dwellers, Elon's Twitter is a cesspool.
A gem from 2018. Jimmy Carter denounces the kleptocratic takeover of American politics post-Citizens United, slamming the modern Supreme Court as eager to make the rich more powerful.
That's true. I think that massive use of money and the power that goes to the people who give a lot of money to a candidate has resulted in this vast disparity in income in America, and has resulted in the polarization more than any other single factor.
And corrupted politics?
I think it's corrupted it in a way, although I can't say against the law, because the law is established by the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court seems to be eager to see rich people become more powerful, and to see corporations become more powerful than individuals with their previous rulings. So I think with the presently constituted Supreme Court, there's very little chance that we'll see money removed from politics.
We kept our country at peace. We never went to war. We never dropped a bomb. We never fired a bullet, but still we achieved our international goals.
Jimmy Carter was the most underrated president. He did what people thought was impossible: peace in the Middle East. The peace deal between Israel and Egypt has held forever. He also helped eradicate guinea worm disease, saved millions from suffering. Rest in peace, King.